premise of Gearbox's Borderlands franchise is pretty simple. Pick one of 4 character classes, pick up a gun, kill enemies, and then take their stuff. It's all about fast action and feeding your desire to constantly power up and kill things more effectively. A Diablo-style first-person shooter. For the sequel, the 4 playable classes are new, and each has a specific action skill that defines their skill set. The Gunzerker can temporarily dual-wield any 2 weapons in the game, the Assassin can enter a stealth mode and surprise enemies with sword swipes, and the Commando can drop down a turret, which is more modifiable than the soldiers from the first Borderlands. Like the first game, Borderlands 2 also features a Siren, but her action skill is completely different. She can phase lock enemies, suspending them in midair. Just like Diablo, you'll get mobbed by groups of foes, and from what we've seen so far, it seems like the fights are going to be much more entertaining than they were in the original. A large reason is better skill design, which gives you the ability to modify classes in interesting ways. The Siren's phase lock, for instance, traps enemies in mid-air when unmodded. Mix in a few upgrades, and the phase lock can cause team regeneration, revive downed teammates, or even be slammed into the ground to explode. It also keeps an enemy stationary, perfect for a Gunzerker to target with his dual-wielding ability. What's apparent so far is that enemies attack in much more varied patterns, meaning it's difficult to just press the fire trigger and point at something and expect to stay alive, especially when fighting giant fiery squid creatures. You have to move, you have to adapt. Enemies turn invisible, circle behind you, belch lightning, claw you, run away, and generally make sure you never have time to get bored, even if you happen to be using a particularly powerful gun. There'll be more of those, too. Gearbox has overhauled its weapon system, so you'll find a great deal more diversity in the available arsenal, and be able to see more visual differences between weapons. You'll use explosive shotguns and acid weapons, and energy rifles and flaming SMGs, and weapons that you simply throw away instead of reload. Sure, that last part doesn't really make any sense, but Borderlands never really made sense in the first place. So far, Borderlands 2 looks like a bigger, more sophisticated game, filled with tons of cool loot and things to fight by yourself or cooperatively. The story's supposed to be a little more comprehensible this time around, too. We'll find out for sure when Borderlands 2 launches on September 18th, 2012 for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. For more on Borderlands 2, you can head over to IGN.com.